One, I could do what Mike does and ask people to call in and bring up a topic so it seems like I'm not bringing it up myself, and then just respond to the caller asking me so I could still claim the nonsensical notion of I never listen, when we know you listen to damn near every minute of every show. And we can just check the phone records here at the Fan of how often you call to talk about our show.
Okay.
So I'm not going to call Mike in Montclair and say, hey, Mike, do me a favor, call the show up, bring up a certain topic, and then I'll respond to the topic, okay?
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just bring it up myself. So Mike thinks that we're extraordinarily jealous of him and upset about his success, and he never listens to us, and we don't exist to him, and we can't see straight because Boomer Esiason, the former NFL MVP, is blinded with jealousy over Mike's successful radio career. And this all stems from the Zack Wheeler thing, where Zack Wheeler has not re-injured his ulnar collateral ligament, and Mike got it wrong. He saw a Gary Apple SNY report from a year ago, thought it was live, and announced on the show that Wheeler was out again. And then he went to try to fix that. And we had fun with it by playing 15 times when he asked his producers, is it this year or last year? Now, Mike's big gripe yesterday with me and you is that despite not hearing it, he is very much aware that we did not acknowledge that he corrected the mistake within 30 seconds. Now, let me just play a little of yesterday so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here's yesterday. Go ahead, Eddie.
My guys told me within 30 seconds it wasn't, and we corrected it. That's all. We corrected it, and if they were being honest, they'd say we corrected it within 30 seconds. So it was a bogus. They had me saying that he was injured, but I corrected it within 30 seconds because my guys were sharp enough to pick it up. They bailed me out. They said, that's not a live report. I said, okay, and we corrected it 30 seconds later.
So 5 times there he tells you that he corrected it within 30 seconds, all right? So I've got a clock here, and I'm going to play the live, unedited audio of what took place 2 days ago.
Okay.
If indeed it is corrected within 30 seconds, let's be fair about it, let's give it a 10-second grace period.
Okay.
Even if it's 40 seconds, I think that's fair to say that's within the framework of being close enough. Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah, it's kind of in the realm of reality. Yeah, we give a few seconds here
Jerry,
or there.
would that be a good? Is 40 seconds enough to say you're close enough where I would count?
Sure.
Okay, Eddie, is that fair? You worked with Mike a long time ago.
Yes, fair.
Al, am I being fair in saying that by giving you a 30% grace period, I think we should all still agree that we'll acknowledge if he corrected it within 30 seconds, even 40 seconds, I'll give you that.
Give him that.
All right. You know what? I'm going to be a really good guy.
You're going to be a great guy.
Why don't we double it?
Okay.
Why don't we say as long as he fixes it within a minute, I'm going to count that, and I'll apologize for misrepresenting how quickly they fixed the problem. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
You're such a good guy.
I feel like I'm being a good guy here.
You are.
I'm giving you double 30 seconds.
You are. I don't care what anybody says about you.
Good people.
You're a good guy.
You have the timer in there as well, so no one can accuse me of misrepresenting the clock, all right? You have the raw audio unedited, correct, Eddie?
Correct.
All right. Once he announces it, that's when the clock starts.
Okay.
We're going to give him 60 seconds to fix it. Okay?
Okay.
Play it, Eddie.
Mike's on. Mike's on. Now, this Mets season's taken a turn. It's just been reported that Wheeler suffered a torn ulnar collateral ligament. So very, very bad. And we don't know anything about Cespedes yet, anything about Syndergaard. But Wheeler, who was shut down when he was about to start pitching from the mound, had pain, and now it's found that he has suffered. Gary Apple just reported on SNY, has suffered an ulnar collateral ligament tear. And so a enormous setback for Wheeler. So he has suffered an ulnar collateral ligament tear.
Now we've reported it 3 times.
Get Eddie up. Let's see. Make sure Eddie knows and see what's going on. But they just reported it just seconds ago on SNY that he has suffered an ulnar collateral ligament tear.
4 times we've announced.
They discovered. So the news on Wheeler, very bad. Yep. Absolutely very bad on Wheeler now. So we'll see what's So
that's a minute.
Mons, do it. Get Eddie up, okay? Find out what's going on. Because they, obviously the Mets gave that to SNY, so they must have given it to Eddie. I want to hear the whole report. So ulnar collateral ligament tear for Wheeler. So again, this is the Met news continues to be bad. You hope it isn't for Cespedes. Cespedes left the game.
80 seconds in. Let it play.
No, they just to it a minute ago. They said the news about Wheeler came up yesterday, Mons. I was just watching it. They broke into the show.
They broke in.
And said the news. He went to the hospital yesterday. He came up with it on the collateral ligament tear.
6 times we've mentioned it.
That's what he said from yesterday's show. Apple was just on there a minute ago. You tell me that was a tape from last year's show that he was on when they broke into the show?
What?
Yeah, but they broke into the show with that. Is they saying that was that yesterday's or last year's?
Could have been.
Was that yesterday or last year's?
Not sure. Now
let's call up Eddie and ask him if the Mets reported that. Wait a second. He went to the hospital yesterday.
Yes, he did.
They just had him break into the show.
Did they?
A minute ago. And said the news on Wheeler's not good. Is that new news or last year's news?
I don't know.
Just get Eddie up and find out if that's the news, because he did go to the hospital yesterday with elbow. Just what Apple just said. Is that a new report or an old report?
I don't know.
Is that in last year's news? Is that the injury, or is that exactly what we have again?
I'm not sure. Are you? That's 2:30.
Because I just saw them break into the show. You into the show with the highlight show? Is that what they're... So he goes there to hospital last year and yesterday, and it's the same... Or is Wheeler down again, or is that last year's news?
Figure it out myself. That's 2:45. Should we get to 3 minutes? Let's stop it at 3 minutes.
So we'll find out, folks, what the story is on that. Is that a tape from last year on the same report, or is that a new report?
All right, Eddie. And the point is to go another 3 minutes, and 5 minutes, and 10 minutes, and 20 minutes. So we did not misrepresent anything. But, of course, you don't listen to the show, so how would you know? But good news, Boomer, 3 seconds is now at least 3 minutes. Right?
You know what I think would help?
Meaning that a penalty in a hockey game, which is 2 minutes, actually lasts the entire period.
Yes, it does. So I think what would help, Mike, is if Mons and those guys would actually respond to him on the air.
Yes.
Because it sounds like he's just talking to himself in the circles.
Yeah.
So
is that last year or this year?
Guys would actually turn their mic on and say, hey, Mike, this is what's going on, and this is why it's going on.
So let's not misrepresent what me and Boomer said, which you didn't hear because you don't listen. You did not get in 30 seconds. 3 minutes later, you have no effing idea if it was this year or last year. All right?
Right.
So we hope that you continue to do Hall of Fame type material so that we have material for the next morning. Yes, we enjoy playing it. We will always play it because it's fun, 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 boys, at Westchester County Center. Please. 7:35, Jerry's update coming.